Hi friends, welcome to Taming Python series. In this video, we're going to talk about how to get the shape or dimension of a data frame. The shape means number of rows and number of columns of a data frame. This is very important because in many applications, when you write code using pandas data frame, you might require to know what is the number of rows and number of columns of a data frame. So how can we do that? It's really simple, guys. You just have to call dot shape attribute on a data frame variable. Then you will get the shape of the data frame in the form of a tuple which contains of number of rows and number of columns in that tuple. So it's pretty simple. So let me try to demonstrate you in a demo. So I'll take a blank folder. I'm going to open it with Visual Studio Code. Yeah, now my Visual Studio Code is open. I will create a new file and I'll name it index.py. So yeah, now I will import a pandas data pandas as pd. So in order to demonstrate this example, I have to have a data frame, right? So I'll just create a data frame using a simple dictionary. Now, how to initialize data frame from a dictionary which contain lists as each attribute value. I have demonstrated this thing in a video previously, so you can check out the link. I'll leave that link in the description of this video, introduction to pandas data frame. But for now, what we did was we have created an object and we are initializing a data frame out of it. So let me try to print this data frame to show you how the data frame looks like. So I've saved it and I'll run it. You can see this data frame has 3 columns and 2 rows, right? So how can I get that? What I can do is I can get the variable called df shape, and it's just df dot shape, that's all. If I call dot shape on a data frame variable, I will get another object which is a tuple. So what is a tuple means? I'll just show you. I'll just print and show you what is a tuple. So now I have created a data frame and I'm calling dot shape attribute of the data frame, and I'm storing it in a variable and I'm printing it to show you how it looks like. So I'm just running it. You can see this is a tuple which contains the number of rows in the first item of the tuple and number of columns in the second item of the tuple. So that means if I want to know the number of rows, what I have to do is n rows equal to df shape of 0, because remember the first item of the tuple is the number of rows and number of columns is df shape of 1 because it's the second item of the tuple. So I got the number of rows and I have number of the columns. So let me try to print and prove it to you that we've got the right answer. So first I will print number of rows equal to and number of columns equal to n columns, and I will print the data frame also so that we can see everything in one go. So now what I did was I have created a data frame. I have derived the shape of the data frame into this variable called df shape, and then I'm accessing the number of rows by calling the first item of the tuple df shape of 0, and I'm accessing the number of columns by calling the second item of the tuple which is df shape of 1. So then at the end I'm printing the data frame, number of rows and number of columns using these variables n rows and n columns. So let me try to run this example. You can see this is the data frame and it has 3 columns. Number of columns equal to 3. Now you've got 2 rows with label 0 and 1. So number of rows equal to 2. So this is how you can get the shape of a data frame. Instead of deriving this n rows, you can directly write df dot shape of 0, and instead of writing n columns, you can write df dot shape of 1. This is also right because df dot shape gives you the object which is the tuple, and of the tuple if you take this first item it will be number of rows. So df dot shape of 0 will give you the number of rows, and df dot shape of 1 will give you the number of columns. That means this is also not required. So let me try to run this again. You can see number of rows equal to 2, number of columns equal to 3. So this way you can derive the shape of a data frame and find out the dimension, which is number of rows and number of columns, using the dot shape attribute and calling the first or 0th tuple. This is the example. You can see I have created a blog post demonstrating how to find out the shape of a data frame. You can copy this example and run it in your own IDE. I will leave the link of this blog post in the description of this video, so please be sure to check it out. That's it guys, hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.